All right. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. Yeah, I'm glad you like the movies. Okay, awesome. Well, we're actually carrying more stuff now, not just movies. We do carry figurines, collectibles, a bunch of different things, throughout various movies. Yes, we do still specialize in horror. Yep, everything Halloween, everything horror, Friday the 13th, anything you could think of, we do our best to have. Alright, thanks for calling Ryan's Radical Movies, and have a radical day. Okay, thank you. Okay, bye. Hi. How you doing? Yeah. Of course I remember you. You're like one of my favorite customers. How's everything? Awesome. That's great to hear. Yeah, no, business is actually booming. I love it. Like I said, it's booming. It's doing great. It's, we actually, as you heard me on the phone, we actually started selling collectibles, figures, different posters. We have postcards, a bunch of different things that we decided to kind of move from just your typical movie store to more of a movie store and then some. Yeah. Did you like your horror movies? And do you like your comedy movies? Good. Well, hey, let me tell you something. Right now we have a buy one, get one free on all our collectibles. Yep, to help usher in our new era of selling more than just movies. Yeah, I thought I'd do something nice for the customers. I mean, you guys have done so much for me. Might as well give it back. Okay, well, were you looking for more of like a figure, a mask, maybe some postcards, something old school? Okay, you know what? I have the exact thing for you. It's very old school, very vintage, and it's super cool. Let me get them for you. Just give me 1 second. Can you take a guess? Yep. These are authentic, original VHS tapes of the original Universal Monsters. Yep. This is the Classic Monsters collection. There are different versions of the VHS tapes out there. I like the Classic Monsters collection the most because they use the original poster art as their VHS tape cover. So, you get the whole gang. Unfortunately, I am missing the Invisible Man and Phantom of the Opera, but that's okay. I'm pretty sure we'll find them sometime. Let me show them to you, though. They're really cool. We'll start with the bad boy himself, Frankenstein. Now, you can really see the love they put into this VHS tape. This one is still in almost mint condition. There are some scuffs here and there, but it's still in very good condition for, what it's worth. As you see, they put the original poster art as the cover, which, like I said before, I love. And on the spine, you just have your classic Frankenstein. And what's cool about these is you can actually get the photo of the classic monster on the spine. So if you're displaying them on a shelf, you can always, still get that iconic image. And on the back, I love them so much. On the back of all of them, you have an alternate poster, which in this case is one of his horizontal alternate posters that they released. You get a brief summary of the movie, a really cool photo, and a little description, there you go, that's the word, of what this collectible package is. So it does say, Universal Studios is home of the monsters. This special edition packaging cover art is the original poster used for the 1931 theatrical release. Experience this timeless classic brought to life in this new digitally enhanced and remastered edition. So you gotta think, back back then when they were like just on like film, like old school film, when the VHS came out, it says, experience the timeless classic brought to life in this new digitally enhanced and remastered edition. Now we have like Blu-ray discs, and we have digital downloads, and we have 4K remasters of that. So imagine back then when this VHS first came out, people were blown away by the quality. So you open them up here. And you got Frankenstein with the universal watermark on the back. It's an hour and 11 minutes, which back then most movies were pretty short. Nowadays you got like 2-hour long movies. And it's a hi-fi VHS, which means that this has been remastered, digitally recorded, and basically anteed up very, very, very much so. So yeah, these are cool. Like I said, it is a functioning VHS tape, so you can watch the entire movie on this. There are your little things to rewind your VHS tapes, and so you can see there's actual film in there. I'm not sure if you can see that, but it's very cool whether you're displaying it or actually playing it. But yeah, these VHS tapes, well, you know me and my prices. I like to give you really cheap prices, really low prices, you know, best prices in town. So I'm willing to give you this VHS tape here for the low price of $53,000. I know. I can go to jail for giving it to you this cheap. But think about it. So now that we went through that one, we'll quickly go through the others in a little bit of detail. Creature of the Black Lagoon. Definitely one of my favorites. As you can see, he takes after his owner Ryan here. He's a real ladies' man, so you know how it is. Same price, $53,000. I know, stop thanking me. Such a low price. You see, the Dracula one is very rare. So you can see it's not in as good condition as the others. It's a little torn up. It's a little roughed up. I do like it because it gives it that really, really old school vintage look. But like I said, these are rare to come by. So even though it's not in that good condition, it's still a great buy. So since this one isn't as mint as the other ones, I will be able to give you this one for $52,000. Yep, I'll knock a whole $1,000 off for you. Yep, $52,000. Think about it. Like I said, very cool collection we have here. And last but not least is the Wolfman. Now this one is in very good condition. I'd say about the same condition as the Frankenstein one. So very cool collection. Yeah, so all four of them together would be a little bit over $200,000, but since I like you, $150,000. I know. Don't thank me too much. For $150,000, you can take all these home today. And the buy one get one free. If you buy these as a set, I'll go ahead and throw in an action figure for free. That sounds pretty good. Let me show you some of them actually. They're really cool. I'm pretty sure you'd like them. So, you a big Jason fan? Yeah, I love Friday the 13th, so Jason is one of my favorites. Okay, let's get right into it. So, this one actually doesn't have a box, but it is very cool because this is the only figure I have that is from the remaster. I believe it came out in 2009 or 2010, but don't quote me on that. I know it's around that time. I believe it's 2009. But yeah, if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. There he is. He is wielding his classic machete and his little roughed up clothes. He is not that articulated. You can move his arms a little bit. And you can move his head. You can see his messed up eye, which is really cool. And then you could just move his feet. You can't really move his legs. So it's just his arms, his head, his back, and his feet. Oh, and his like elbow, but only on that hand. But yeah, it's a very cool figure. Since this one's out of the box and not as vintage as the other ones, we can go ahead and just do this one for about $5,000, coming with the machete and all. Or if you'd like to purchase both the VHS package and this one would come free. Okay, I'm going to think about that one. Okay. You know, while we actually still have the classic monsters in mind, I do have this creature from the Black Lagoon piggy bank bust. Now, you see, I love these piggy banks. They are pretty expensive and hard to come by. The creature colored version, they actually do have all the classic monsters, and this one is the colored creature. They also have the black and white creature, black and white Frankenstein, colored Frankenstein, all of them. So I'm trying to get my hands on all of them myself actually, but they're pretty dang expensive. But this one today will actually only go for about $30,000. If you'd like to pick it up, you can go ahead and put your coins in, and then right on the bottom you just take that off and take it to the bank, put it in your savings, and save up to buy yourself another bust. So you can really see the detail that they put into this this bust. There's lots of love that went into it, and I think it's beautiful. I do love the water as well. Everything on this bust just looks amazing, so it's a really good buy. Yeah, I can throw that one in the cart as well. Okay, sounds good. So next, let me show you this mask. It's more of a display, but you can have it. You can also put it on yourself if you like. Now, this is a Nikka Friday the 13th prop replica hockey mask. This is Jason's most iconic look. I believe it's from part 3. That's what the shape was modeled after. This is when Jason first got his hockey mask, so it's the best looking one. After part 3, Jason's mask starts to take a lot of damage. So this one's kind of like the only one that has maybe a little scuffs, a little dirt here and there, but after this one is when he got the big crack in his forehead. He started getting, you know, the crack right here. His strap started coming loose. So this one is still a very, very nice buy. This one, as it says here, this is not a toy. I don't know if you could read that there, but it's not a toy. This is actually made to be a, you know, more of a display rather than something that you're going to be putting on for Halloween or be, you know, messing around with, because like I said, it is made of actual clay, and it is a beautiful mask, I can tell you that. So, yes, this one's actually going to be 100,000 on its own, just because of how rare it is. So, it's very cool prop. Nikka does really good work. Okay, we'll hold off on that one. All right. Speaking of part 4 and the little slash he gets in his forehead, this is Friday the 13th, the final chapter, Jason. It opens up, and I know what you're thinking. Are you trying to scam me? There's no Jason in there. Well, he does still have his accessories in here, various weapons, different heads, different masks, but this figure itself is actually right behind us over there. So, just wanted to show you the box. It's very cool. Very cool display. It comes with a Pamela Voorhees gravestone, and gives you a little brief summary of the final chapter movie. So this is the display box. Now, I like to display my figures in a specific way. So final chapter Jason, I actually put the meat cleaver in his head just to make sure he has that kind of look. I don't know what the hell that was, but yeah. I also put his machete in there. This one is much more articulate than the other Jason. He can bend his knees, he can, stand up and down, he can bend back and forth. And the cool thing about him, like I said, are his accessories. So this is a little meat cleaver that he has a slot in his head to fit in, which is really cool. He has his machete. He also comes with a knife. I'm not sure if it's going to focus on that though, which is very cool. We'll go ahead and put on his mask so you can see how that works. He looks really cool like that. I might actually just keep him like that. Almost forgot how cool he looked with his mask on. So that is Jason, Friday the 13th, final chapter. Nikka special edition figure. And like I said, he does come with a Pamela Voorhees tombstone that you can just display next to him, which is really cool. Yes, so the box Nikka figures are pretty expensive, because they are very collectible and somewhat rare, if you can find them in good condition. Yes, so that Jason actually is going to be $400,000. Yeah, about a house. Yeah, either get a house or the figure. It doesn't matter. I mean, you have to have a house in order to display the figure, right? But I'm sure it'll look nice in your shopping cart when you're going down the streets. Yeah, it's awesome. But let's move on. We got more Jasons. Now this Jason is similar to the first one because it does not have a box. This is the part 2 Jason, Sackhead Jason. When Jason technically made his first appearance as a killer in the Friday the 13th franchise, he donned the sack before he did the hockey mask. And this one comes with an actual stand that you can take on and off, but I leave it on because it helps Jason stand up correctly. And it comes with a decapitated Mrs. Voorhees, which is a little intense. And this sack head can actually pop off. Terribly sorry for that. This sack head can actually pop off, and you can put on his unmasked Jason, which I think is super cool. Yes, so since this one, you can also exchange his weapons. I believe he comes with a spear, but I would have to look for that before I sell it to you. Yeah, so this one I would only be asking for about maybe $7,000, just because it does come with some more accessories than the old one, and it is somewhat vintage, so it's very nice. Okay, we'll hold that one to the side for you. Now, this next one is for you true Jason fans. If you know right away what this is from, you're awesome. If you can't tell, this is the cover art for the NES Friday the 13th video game that came out a long time ago, and I'm telling you that game was horrible. But this is a very cool figure because this is the game over screen. It says, "You and your friends are dead. Game over," which is one of the most creative and heartfelt game over screens I've ever read myself. But it gives you a little life bar, basically the heads-up display that would be in the game that you're playing, so I think it's really cool. And I do have all of Jason's accessories pulled out and displayed on this one, so we can go ahead and check that out. On the back it shows you that his face is hideous. It says hideous face right there. So you can remove his mask and see his very handsome face. He comes with 2 deadly weapons, his axe and his machete, and it comes with a floating head, which is obviously Mrs. Voorhees. And then, yeah, a little description of the game itself. And what's cool about this one is there's a speaker here, so that when you open it, there's a sensor back there that actually plays the theme song from the game itself. I took the batteries out because it does get a little annoying sometimes, but if you do wish to put the batteries back in yourself, it's very cool. But let's actually look at the figure itself. Here is Nes Jason. And I know what you're thinking, why is he purple and turquoise? Well, that's the way they designed him in the game. We were just as confused as you are right now. So I have his axe on, and he is fully purple when it comes to clothing, and fully blue when it comes to his accessories. So his feet are blue, his hands are blue, and his mask is blue. If we take off his mask, which is pretty fragile, you know what? I'll let you go ahead and do that yourself because the mask is pretty fragile and I like to keep it on and not ruin it any further. As you can see, the top part there is a little bit snapped, so this is a damaged product, but I can assure you it displays spectacularly. So it's a very, very cool Jason figure. And you can't buy the sun without the mama. So this has a stand that is clear, so when displaying it, obviously it doesn't look like it's floating, but it's the best they can do. So this is Mrs. Voorhees' NES version. Very cool. But that figure, since it does only come with 1 accessory and only 2 weapons, it's only going to be about $100,000. So, like I said, very cheap. Now, you can't have the original mask without having the NES mask. So this one is essentially the same exact thing as I showed you with the Nikka Jason Replica mask. However, this one is an NES version of that. So, same thing. This is not a toy. This is made to be a display or to be worn in photo shoots or other things, but not, while you're horsing around because it will break. What's cool about this one is it actually glows in the dark. So, let me just charge it up really quick and see if it'll glow for us. You know what? Give me 1 second. Let's go ahead and see if we can charge this up. it does glow in the dark, and it looks very cool when it does. Sometimes when I'm sleeping and I have a nightmare, I wake up and see this, and I just go right back to bed because I get terrified. So it's a very cool product, glows in the dark, and it's a great collectible. This one is going to be the same price as the other mask itself, so let me know if you like it or not. We'll put that one to the side. Now I know what you're thinking. Ryan, is that it? No, it's not. I don't know if you can tell, there is a second level there with things that are other than Jason. This is my Jason's shelf just because he is my favorite. However, we do have Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy Krueger himself, Child's Play, and Leatherface. Are you interested in me showing you those today? Okay. Yeah, sounds great. Let's go ahead and start with Freddy because he's really cool. Now this one is a Nikka box as well. However, this is an ultimate version. So this box is a lot bigger than the other Nikka boxes. It has more of a square look to it rather than a rectangle. But this is obviously Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, Freddy's Revenge. So this figure is based off of that one. Very cool displays. These are actually photos of the figure itself, so it lets you know exactly how you can display it, and they give it that cool school bus look because of that iconic scene at the end. So it's very cool. You open it up. And this is an amazing photo that I love of the figure. It is Freddy, and you'll see how he got that fire behind him in a little bit. Just like the other figures, I did take this one out. It's on display already. But just to show you, he has different heads that you can put. One is very angry, and then the other one is normal and cool. And then he does have a hand down there, an extra hand, which is very cool. So let me get that figure down for you guys. Here is Freddy Krueger himself, the ultimate Nikka figure. His glove is removable to where you can put that other glove on. He is fully articulated. He's one of the most articulated ones that we have. You can position him in almost any way. His hat does come off, which is very cool, which makes head removal very easy. You can see how happy he is to see you. So, it's very cool. This one I highly recommend. It's a classic. No, that's the back. There you go. So, there's Freddy, and he does come with 2 friends. Oh, before that, let me just show you actually. The fire, it's a little magnet that actually just goes on his back like that, and it sticks, which is really cool when displaying Freddy. I do have the problem of it not being strong enough, and it actually falls from time to time, so I would recommend, if you really want to put it in there, to either glue it or to find some stronger magnets you can put on there. But all in all, a very, very cool buy. He does come with 2 dogs. Now, these dogs, if they can focus, are obviously very ugly, terrifying looking dogs, but they actually are part of a dream sequence or nightmare sequence in the movie. You can move their heads, and they stand pretty well on their paws. So they're really cool to display next to him. Yeah, so since that Freddy figure is an ultimate figure, that one's going to be at least $500,000. Yeah, sorry. But it is really, really cool because of the fire, because of, you know, how rare it is too. So You'll think about it? Okay, very cool. We can go ahead and move on to the Chucky figure. Child's Play is one of my favorite franchises, so it's really cool. Let's check them out. Now this one is awesome because it looks like a good guy box. They actually modeled this box after an actual good guy box in the movie. So you get to see, try to get to focus on there, you get to see how, you know, a good guy box would actually look if you were to buy one. However, once you go to the back, it gives you photos of the various different things you could do with this Chucky figure. You can give him that crazy face, he has a ruler, he has a knife, he has hundreds of weapons. Maybe not hundreds, but he definitely has the most accessories out of everyone that I have today. So you open it up, and you see obviously the photo of Chucky himself, and you see the different faces you can put. So we got the normal happy one, we got the one where his face is blown off, and just an angry looking one. He comes with, like I said, several different knives, a gun, a ruler, a hammer, a baseball bat, and different types of hats you can put on him. So it's very cool. Okay, and let's go ahead and show you that figure. Now, what's funny about this figure is he's actually scaled to size. So compared to the other figures, he is very small, but still filled with a bunch of love and detail, which is very cool. He does have his iconic voodoo knife, which is really cool, and his overalls look fresh till death. And my favorite part about this, I actually didn't know this came with the collection until we actually got it shipped in, but he comes with his own little good guy box, which is so cool. And he actually fits in there. You can display him, you know, with his face popping out of the good guy box there, but I like to make it look like, oh, it's opened, and, you know, he's running around chasing us. So this one is one of the most expensive ones. This one's going to be up there with the Jason figure at $450,000, just because he comes with the most accessories out of every single figure we have. So yeah, but I can assure you it's 100% worth it. So that's Chucky. He's your friend till the end. And one of our final figures, actually, is going to be Leatherface. So let's go ahead and check him out. Now, as you know, this is the poster art for the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie, which I think is a pretty simple yet effective poster art. You got your title, you got your who will survive and what will be left of them. Very cool line. So you got it. The box itself looks like it's wrapped in human flesh, the way Leatherface likes to make his masks out of human flesh. You turn to the back and get the awesome photos of Leatherface, what you can do with him, and the different weapons he comes with, also a different mask. So you open him up and you get that really cool background photo of him. And he's obviously out, but he still has his butcher knife in there, another knife, a crowbar, his sledgehammer, and his grandma mask. But, you know, obviously I love the iconic mask over the grandma one, so let's check him out. Leatherface. Now, like I said, Leatherface is amazing. He's very rare. He's very cool. And just the amount of detail that went into his chainsaw, his apron here, his face, his little tie moves around. Like, his apron's actually made of an actual, like, fabric, a leather fabric, which is very, very cool. Chainsaw, the way the blood is splattered on there, everything just looks super nice. He is fully articulated as well. However, I do have him posed to where he's revving up that chainsaw. So he's a very cool guy. And psychotic. So Leatherface will be going for about 300,000 today. He's on the cheaper side, but he's worth it. He's very much worth it. So that's it for my figures. I do have one more item that I think you're gonna like. It's a collectible, and it's from a movie. You might like it, and I think you're gonna know what movie it's from. Yes, this is a Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors replica Freddy Krueger glove. It's very cool, and yes, you can wear it yourself. You just take the little handstand out. It says Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors, which is actually one of my favorites. And you just putting it on the wrong hand. Now, these are made for bigger hands, so if you do have smaller hands, you'll have a hard time moving, let's say, the pinky, obviously, as you can tell, but like I said, it is a very, very cool glove, and it's just great for display. So this glove, since it is full metal, the knives themselves are full metal, this glove is going to go for $1 million, which, like I said before, is a great price. Everything I sell here is the best in town, so you won't get this anywhere else besides here. So let's go ahead and get that off, because I'm not going to be invading anyone's nightmares tonight, hopefully. But it's a little hard to get off without, making a lot of noise, but I'll do my best. There you go. So once you're done, you just put your little hand stand back in, and then pop that in there, and it's ready to be displayed again, which, like I said before, is very cool. You will be taking this one. Okay, perfect, awesome. Go ahead and bag that up. Let me get my little calculator out. Is there anything else besides the Freddy glove that you'll be taking today? The VHS? Oh, perfect. Yeah, those are really cool. You'll love them. Okay. Alrighty. Anything else besides those? Okay. Okay, so with the buy one get one free coupon, you actually got the VHS stack free, and your total is actually going to come out to about $4,686,932. Don't ask me how it got there, it just did. However, since you're one of my favorite customers, I'm going to go ahead and throw in that coupon code. Don't forget to smile. So once you put that coupon code in, it's a 90% off discount, so it's going to break it down to about $1. Yeah, just one whole dollar. You got it on you right now? Okay, cool. Okay. Seems real to me. You're all set. Once again, I do thank you so much for visiting Ryan's Radical Movies. I hope you enjoyed your time, and for all your movie and collector's needs, I'm here for you. Alrighty. Thanks so much again, and please don't forget to have a great day, but most of all, don't forget to smile. I'll see you around.